welcome back to the Outdoor August YouTube channel. I'm gonna do my intro while walking for once, just to try something different. But anyway, I'm back at Coal Creek. I'm currently hiking up the trail. I got busy in the last few weeks, so I'm at Coal Creek. I was gonna plan for somewhere else, but you know, life gets busy. I do have a separate entity from here, and that is lifeguarding. I also am a swim instructor, so that took up a lot more of my hours in the last couple weeks. And I've just been really busy, so I'm gonna start getting things planned out a lot more. So yeah, here we are. We're gonna have some fun. Let's get to it. Back to my little spot back here in the woods. It's kind of tucked away just a little bit. I know I was here already this month, but I felt like coming back here and just making it easy for myself. I need to stop making it so easy for myself. I need to add that challenge that I keep putting out there, but you know, I haven't got enough feedback, so eventually, probably next weekend, next weekend, I'm going for a hike. It's gonna be a very long one. It's gonna be maybe not even a long one. It might just be up to a cool mountain view that I have in the area that I haven't done myself. So I'm really aiming to get that done and make it a cool video for you guys. It might not be a camping video, but it will be a hiking video with some cool views and cool vibes, and whatever else I see will be seen on that video. So hope you guys stay tuned for that. I gotta tell you guys, it feels good to have that bag off my back. Feels very good on it. A lot of times I'm sitting in a very uncomfortable lifeguard chair, so my back's been kind of thrown out of whack the last couple of weeks, and it's been very sore. So I do have my tent. It is a different tent. It's my ultralight tent, but I only brought pretty much the bug net part of the tent. So you guys are gonna see me set that up pretty much right over here, and you're gonna see that time lapse here in just a moment, and then you'll see my sleep set up from there. Alrighty guys, well I did have to add some extra reinforcement to this tent. Normally the rainfly adds more support along here and over to there, and the same thing goes for that side. Usually there is a supporting piece there, which usually goes on with the rainfly. But this time around I figured I would just bring this and kind of sleep out under the stars, and I will be elevated off the ground either way, so I'm happy about that. There is some kind of termites kind of over yonder over here to the kind of right in front of where my tent is, but I've slept there before with my tent, so it shouldn't be anything worse than I've already dealt with before. So I'm gonna get my bed all set up. You guys are gonna see that now. Alright, my setup is looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. I do like this cot a lot. It's from the Marchway brand, which is the same brand that makes a lot of camping chairs and other utility items. But yeah, I have pretty much got that all configured. I also have my air mattress. Last time I used this tent was when I was hiking through the mountain range, and I only used the air mattress just straight on the ground. And it worked pretty well. I mean, obviously I was tired from that. I hiked 12.5 miles or whatever it was during that trip, so. Anyway, my sleep setup isn't anything too crazy. We got that Marchway cot, we got that hike encher, smaller. I do have another one of these now. I have a double wide one, but this is my small edition of that one. It's long enough, it treats me well, it keeps me warm. And then I got my wool blanket along with that Get Out Gear blanket, and then I got that Hikenture pillow as well. I've been collecting a lot of stuff from that brand. Hikenture has been proving for me so far to be a pretty decent brand. Until otherwise, I've been having good experiences with them. I haven't seen otherwise, so maybe I'll have to check some reviews and check out some of the gear I bought and see if any other people had issues or not. So far, I've been having a great time, so Hikenture is a pretty decent brand. They're easy to find on Amazon, so here you guys go. That is my sleep setup. I'm going to start getting my dinner ready here pretty soon because I'm pretty hungry. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will be making some lovely top ramen for you. Not for you, but for me tonight. And I will be having a special ingredient that I will reintroduce as I get the water boiling and after I add it and get my noodles all prepared. So you guys are going to see me doing a little time lapse of the boiling water and getting that all fixed up. So here we go. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and give you a little view of my ramen that I made. I already went ahead and added my special ingredient. And there it is. As you guys can see, that is some pork, or aka Spam. It's a combination of meats and pork and stuff, but yeah. I went ahead and added some maple Spam to my ramen. And it looks pretty darn amazing if I do say so myself. So I'm going to go ahead and sit in front of this camera and you guys are going to get a little taste test from there. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid down. That lid's pretty neat. Alright, we're going to go ahead and mow down a little bit. This fork is kind of cruddy, but it came with the bowl, so I just kind of have to hold it a little funny. I know this would be a very, very, very high sodium meal, but it is kind of needed after doing all that sweating, and I kind of need to replace those electrolytes. But not only that, and I didn't add the whole seasoning packet. I'm not one that likes the whole seasoning packet. I always end up adding maybe a quarter of it, maybe only up to a half of it. I'm just weird like that. But then of course I had the maple Spam, so that was sodium on sodium, and that's okay. Yeah, this is really good. No, the maple infused with the ramen and the beef sauce, or the powder, you know, tastes great. Yeah, this is very easy to recreate. Very easy. All you really need is water, noodles, and you can pre-dice your Spam or your meat of choice. Some people like to add jerky, like Outdoor Boys. That man's a legend. Always will be. So yeah, you can make this really easily. It just takes boiling water for maybe 5 minutes, and then you pour the water in there, put whatever in else after that, and you're set. I don't exactly have a dessert planned, so I'm just going to really sit down and enjoy this now. So you guys are going to see my time lapse here of the sun in a little bit, and then I'm just going to be hanging out doing some other stuff. So see you in a little bit. Alrighty, I am looking at a huckleberry bush right in front of me, and it is currently getting close to being the right season to start having these things. Let's see if I can point out that berry. Yeah, let me bring that one down. Yeah, see, they're almost getting there. See if I can get it to focus. It might not focus, but yeah, these berries are getting pretty close to being ready for eating. Eventually I might make some like huckleberry and spruce needle tea or something and see if that works or something. I'm not sure if that'd be a good combination or not, but we'll see what happens. Thought I'd just show you guys that's our huckleberry plant right in front of us. I hope everybody had a safe 4th of July. It was pretty good for me, but I pretty much had to sit there and hang out with my dog at night when the fireworks are going off, and that's kind of why I couldn't go out and make a video sooner than I would have liked. I have a senior doggo who's kind of getting old, and his ears are kind of crusty and gross, and he has that yeast thing in one of his ears, so he's always been very scared of those loud sounds. So last night I think I had to sit down with him for an hour and literally lay in his dog bed with him for an hour and just sit there and pet him. He did good. After a while, about midnight or so, he was good. But yeah, eventually I will have a doggo come camping with me. Not that senior doggo, but in a little while I will have a dog join me for a camping trip or two. Maybe less. I don't know. We'll see what happens. sun has gone down, I'm just kind of hanging around my tent, just taking in the view, taking in the sun. The last little bit that was left anyway, it's kind of gone now. The sunset is usually around a little after 9 these days, but it just kind of sets behind the mountains just because of how they are, you know. That kind of happens when you're surrounded by mountains. So yeah, you kind of run out of daylight a little bit quicker, but this is kind of nice. I'm just hanging out for a little bit as the mosquitoes eat me, so I'm gonna eventually crawl into my tent and just hang out and probably watch a movie. Excuse me. I was gonna work on my whittling project, but I think I forgot my whittling gloves, so I can't do that. Yeah, in the morning I do have that fun breakfast item, so I'm ready to show you guys that in the morning, so that'll be a fun surprise. See you guys in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. It is really bright. The sun is rising really early these days, so I almost woke up at 5:30. But anyway, I'm gonna get up here and have some tea and have some of my breakfast, and then I'm gonna hike down, so let's get to that.
Good morning, everybody. I do have some neighbors, so I'm gonna try and be a little bit quiet. But I have made some tea this morning. My favorite tea as of late is this one. It is the Egyptian licorice, and it's really, really good. So yeah, I just had to boil some water, and then I just had to let it steep a little bit, and then we're gonna have some good tea. And I will have my breakfast here along with it here in just a little bit. Warm, spicy, good. Well, I have my breakfast. It is a pretty good breakfast. I made it yesterday afternoon, and it is a pancake that is folded into a taco. And to explain that, or even better yet, I will show it. This is what it looks like. It's kind of like if you were to fold an omelet or something. And that's how it turned out. I did toss a little special ingredient in here, and that ingredient was a cookies and cream Hershey's bar. I just crushed it up. Once before I folded it, I went and tossed it on there, and then, you know, cooked it, and it tastes pretty darn great. So I'm gonna go ahead and mow down a little bit on that, and do a little taste test for you guys. So here we are. Yep, that hits the spot. Now that I know how to make these, eventually I'm gonna get like a little pancake griddle, and then we'll combine that with our stove, and we'll make some pancakes in the woods, fresh pancakes. I figured I'd better get a good hand at making this first before I take it out here, so yeah. It's been a fun little trip. I'm still trying to be a little quiet because I think we still have neighbors that are sleeping, so here in a little while you guys will see me taking down my site, so see you guys here in a little bit. Alright guys, this is the end of our journey. It was a fun one, it was a very quick one, but next weekend I am going to be hiking that mountain. So make sure you guys stay tuned. If you guys haven't hit that post notification, it makes sure you guys know when I'm posting and when I'm making a video. So make sure you hit those post notifications, it lets you guys know. So have a good one, peace out, see you later.